G'day, folks. Welcome back to another year of Beaver 42. 42. And Beav, where the hell are you, mate?
I'm in Thailand for the moment, mate. I'm in Bangkok. On my way to Pakistan today. So hopefully next time you see me in another video for NRL and not in the nicest video. So let's see how we go.
Nice. Good to see you spreading the word globally, mate. Get the brand out there. So, look, we're just going to start off with a super quick preview of this year. And I think best thing to do is start off with your team, mate, the Dragons. What's your expectations of them this year?
Very little expectation. Recruited pretty poorly. Picked up Jacob Little, who I think will add a little bit of zip to their at hooker, but can't go the 80 minutes. And then a couple of mediocre forwards. Ben Murdoch and Silver looked okay in the preseason. I got to say, Spoon or bottom through is about as good as I can expect out of that. It's Yobos this year, unfortunately. And Hawk will be the first man gone.
Yeah, look, pressure's going to be on. Pressure's going to be on. And can Benny Hunt have like another standout year like he did last year? Probably not.
And if he does, then you're in a chance for the 8. If he doesn't, then Spoon's on. So
yeah.
Anyway.
All right, mate. Well, look, we'll move on to my boys, the Titans. I actually think this year we actually have picked up a couple that'll really help. Mainly Verrills. I think him at hook is going to make a world of difference, having a proper dummy half, someone who can be attacking. And of course, the old man Foran coming in at 6 to try and teach the young kids a little bit of how to play, I guess. And we'll see how that pans out. And I guess what that really means is, where does Campbell fit in the side? So to me, he's either 14 or not even in the 17.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think he's in the 17. I think Foran's going to be good because he'll hold people accountable. And Verrills, I think, you guys have lacked a 9 for a long period of time, since Frenzy, right? So I think he's really good. It'd be interesting to see how your halves go. With Tanner Boyd will be 7, and is he up to it or not, right? So your spine's a bit weak, and AJ will be 1, but I don't see Campbell in your 17 at all.
Yeah, sad because he's a bit of a live wire, but that's life. And look, I think a big thing too is getting Tino back in just straight up as a front rower. That's where he's at. All of this playing around on the edge or even trying him at lock, that's not him. So I think he'll have a good year. And if we can get Fafita not hiding out in the centres, I think we're a chance of causing a few upsets. We're not going to win it, but look, I think we'll come somewhere like 11th. So
if you make the 8, it's a successful year, I think.
Without question. So speaking of expectations, the new boys in town, and they're probably 3rd or 4th on my list of teams, I guess, to support, given that I live in Moreton Bay. But the old Dolphins, the new team under the guise of Wayne Bennett, and he's been doing a bit of pillaging of the Broncos today, mate.
Yeah, he's stealing from the old team, which is good to see. Good to see he's a man who doesn't hold a grudge, hey? So, look, I think they're going to struggle. They were pretty shit against the Hits a few weeks ago. Right? They were terrible.
Yeah.
And, all those old forwards that they picked up from Melbourne just looked like bad army, didn't it? Right? So, Milford didn't seem to have much going for him. But I think if they get that young kid Katoa playing, I think he's going to be a good thing. So if he plays, I think him and Sullivan, they'll be okay in the halves, but it's going to be a long season for them. I'm hoping that they can edge out the Dragons for the Spoon this year. Fingers crossed.
Well, look, word has it that Milford's not going to play round 1 and they are going to go with Katoa, but we'll find out when the teams are named. I think, to be honest, it's their best chance. I think Bennett thought he could get a lot out of Milford, and I'm just not sure it's going to happen. But look, let's be honest, pre-season games are not worth a pinch to judge a season on. Otherwise, we'd be winning it. So, I mean, anyway, good luck to the Dolphins, and look, I won't be booing them, put it that way. So
True.
All righty, so on to who we think is going to be the improvers for this year, and for me, it's probably a pretty boring one, and everyone thinks the same. But I think the Dogs are going to be sniffing around the 8. I think it was too big expectation last year with just having Burton and Addo-Carr come over. I think now they've got a little bit extra depth now. Kick-Out hopefully will be pretty damaging, and the big one for me is Mahoney at 9. That's going to make a big difference for those boys.
Yeah, I think he's a good in. They'll be better, but I still think they're weak in the centres, and we'll see how they go with the halves. See how Flanagan goes, right? So it's still a little bit of a unknown.
Yeah,
but they'll be better.
Yeah, no doubt. And for you?
And they make the Panthers worse. Well, I'm on the Tigers, right? So we used to be in the West Boys in Sydney, and I just think that they're pretty good, right? You know, Coruscant, probably the top 9 in New South Wales. Papali'i, good second rower. Clemmer, the front row, Bateman, second row, or Lock. They pick up 4 starting forwards, which will be a massive improvement for them. In the backs, not much different, right? But bit more depth, you know, with Staines, and they get what's his name back from Nofaluma back from Melbourne. So maybe they taught him how to win down there. So I'm thinking the Diggers can contend for the 8 or be in the hunt around round 20. That's where you want to be.
Yeah, well, we'll see how that goes in round 1 when the mighty Titans take them on, and we'll see whether they've got improvement in them or not. But I think they will improve. They definitely will improve, but I can't see them crawling out of the bottom 4 or 5, to be honest. So, but we'll see. Okay, so we're going to go through what we think are going to be the definite chances for winning the comp, some maybes, and some people that really just probably shouldn't bother starting the season. So we'll start off with... Yes, that's right. So we'll start off with the first game of the round. That's Eels and the Storm. I've probably got both of those as... one's a definite, I think, Storm, and I think Parramatta might struggle a bit this year. I think they've just lost a few too many. So I've got them in the maybes.
Interesting. I'll flip them around because I've got the Eels as a chance of winning the whole thing. They're a different team with Josh Hodgson versus Mahoney. But if Hodgson's fit, I think he can add something to their attack. So I've got them as a chance. Storm, I've got them as a maybe for the top 8. I don't even think they're a definite for the top 8. Lost a lot of forwards, even though they're getting on. But I do think that they didn't replace them with enough, in my view, right? I think depth is the biggest challenge for Storm. Get a couple injuries, they're gone. So,
and they're starting the season with a lot of injuries too.
If I'm putting money on make or miss top 8, I'm backing Storm to miss top 8.
Wow. All right. Well, I'll go reverse on that. I'll have a lazy little dollar on that one. So we'll go into the second game. Well, from a couple of teams that might contend to a couple of teams that probably won't. We got the Warriors and the Knights. So I've got the Warriors 0 chance and the Knights 0 chance.
Yeah, both of the bottom 4, bottom 5 teams, I think. So
yeah,
neither of them certainly wake me up in the morning. Count them out.
The only thing of interest for me is whether or not Ponga can play 5/8 or not. Okay, next game is, I reckon, will be a really, really good game. Got the Panthers and the Broncos. So Panthers definites. I've got Broncos as maybes, even though they're hamstrung by Kevin's coaching.
I think you're right. Though what concerns me with the Panthers is they've just lost a lot of it. So they're just losing those couple of players to be, hey, last year they won the reserve, they won the 21, and they've obviously got good kids coming through. The question is whether they're up to it right now. So Panthers are definitely good chance of winning it. Broncos, I think Broncos are in the top eight. So I like their forward pack. Um, Reece Walsh, Champagne in attack, West Coast Cooler in defence. Be interesting to see how they fare with him there. But yeah, Broncos will make the top eight for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And look, my thoughts on that too is this is the make or break on whether Reynolds' contract is good or bad. This is his
Yep.
chance to get injured or not perform, and therefore the contract was bad, or he gets him into the eight, and therefore it's good. And who cares what he's does in the next year of the contract? So,
Yeah, and either way, he's the next Broncos coach.
oh, nice, nice. Are you saying Kevin will get kicked out this year and he'll be a player coach?
I'm just saying Kevin can't coach. So
All righty, move on to the next game, and we've got Manly v the Dogs, and I think that will be another cracker of a game. I've got both of them in my maybe category, so I don't think either of them will win it, but they're certainly not without chance.
yeah, I agree. Both maybes. I think Manly would be slightly in front of the Dogs for me, but all depends on if Tommy T's injured or has a full season, right? So despite Anthony Seabold being their coach, yeah, they're still a maybe. So
Yeah, that'll be interesting to watch whether Seabold
yeah,
can bounce back from what was a career-ending year at Brisbane. All right, move on to the Cowboys and the Raiders. Now I've got the Cowboys as definites and the Raiders somewhere between no chance and maybe. I'm going to go no chance with Raiders.
uh, I got Cowboys to be in definite. I think they're definitely top four. This was my team to win the spoon last year, and they
As
just had a
everybody.
monster year. Monster year. I think their depth is better. Samo not going to be a world beater, but good depth for that team, right? So I think they're a smoky to win it, and it shocks me to say that. It really shocks me, because I think Chad Townsend is overrated, but they just seem to get it done together. So anyway, let's see what happens. Raiders, I think the Raiders are a smoky. Yeah, they'll be around the eight, right? So they're in the maybe make the top eight for me.
Okay. All righty. Move on to another good. Gee, there's some good games this round.
Mm.
Sharkies and the Bunnies. And I've got both of those as definites. I think they're both
Yeah,
really good teams. Yeah, struck match between them in this game.
yeah. Well, interesting that the Rabbits are favourites. I would have thought the Sharks would be favourite at Shark Park. Yeah, both are definite chances of taking it out, right? So, it's just amazing how close some of these things are, right? So, but there's still weaknesses within them, right? So, Sharks, I think they're boring team, to be honest.
Yeah.
And the Rabbits can turn it on, So, which is probably why they're put in as favourites. But I think Sharks will win that, and both both will be in the top four, I reckon.
I'm tending to agree with that. Yep, I got both of them in top four. So move on to what could be a nightmare start for the new boys. Dolphins v the Chooks. Just going to go straight out and say Dolphins no chance, Chooks definites.
Yes, totally agree. You remember first game of Tips played in Dragons, Lane Park, Suncorp Stadium, whatever it was called then. You remember we were there that day? You remember? I don't remember the score, but the Dragons got chocolate at the end of the day. I remember really drunk drinking with, I think it was Billy Smith. I can't remember the name of the pub. But anyway, good days. Roosters will smash them.
Yeah. To be honest, mate, there's a few games that I went to with you that I don't recall, so I'm not surprised that that's another one to add to the list. And we round out the week with another what I think will be a good game. A couple of teams that won't be definites at all. and a pair of no chances really. But I've got the Tigers and the Titans, and I really hope the Titans move into the maybes.
I've got the Tigers in the maybes. I've got the Titans in the no chance. So sorry, brother. Right? So sorry for no respect, but I don't have you in the status of Dragon, but I don't see you guys getting the top 8 this year. Speaking of games where we got really drunk and walked home afterwards, Tigers versus Titans at Leichhardt.
Yeah.
So anyway,
that was a doozy. That was a doozy. And the final game of the round, I don't know. I don't know who's going to win this one, but the Dragons versus the Buy. Who's going to win that?
well, fortunately, it's a guaranteed 2 points, right? So we don't start out at the bottom. It's going to take us at least 2 weeks to be at the bottom of the competition. So yeah, Dragon, no chance. Big spoon chance. So, long year for the Red D.
And let's just say it now. A buy in round 1 is the most ridiculous scheduling thing I've ever seen in my life. They should never have said 17 teams. Anyway.
Nah, that's a bit silly. So,
all right, mate. We'll move on to who we think is going to win it.
Honestly, it's all going to come down to injuries. There's about 16 who can win it.
Yeah.
And right now, I don't think there's a real firm favourite like there was in last. You know, the Panthers were a mile in front. They've had their depth tested a little bit. I don't think that they're going to be as dominant without Kikau hitting that line off of Luai. So last year I backed the Eels to win it. They've gone backwards as well. So I'm going to stick on the Eels. Josh Hodgson has just given an extra dimension in attack. And, you know, the teams that win, I think now will be someone who has a good run with injury and someone where there's some rookie who isn't a part of that top squad right now who's going to come on and is going to become like that X factor that no one is considering, right? So anyway, for me, that's the year.
Yeah. Well, and look, what you said, really just sums up the Cowboys season last year. They had Nenai come from the clouds. They had Dearden, who just took everyone by surprise.
Yeah.
So I agree, it's going to take something like that. My fear with the Eels is, are we thinking of Josh Hodgson from 4 years ago?
No, I am, definitely.
Yeah,
the guy hasn't played many games. He's always been injured.
I just can't see him being the same guy. I hope I've got him in my fantasy team, so I hope he does play well. But yeah, it's a big risk. So, look, I'm going to be boring, and I'm going to go the Chookies. I just think they're injury riddled last year. It can't happen again, surely. And look, we were talking just before. I think the other one is the Cowboys, but I'm going to stick with the Chooks. That's what I picked first. But it's pretty boring, and yeah, not much to say about that really. Spoon. I think there are just as many contenders for the Spoon as there are for winning the comp this year, to be honest. I think there's 4 or 5 real good contenders, and I'm gonna say it's not going to be the Dolphins. I'm going to jump on the Warriors as the Spoons this year, even though I think they play all their games at home.
Well, last year I jumped on Cowboys. I thought they were cert for the Spoon. And then they became top 4. So therefore I'm going to jump on the Dragon to win the Spoon and hope that by some miracle of God, somehow they scrape some wins together and perform much better. But I think Red Leaf never won the Spoon before. So could be a tough year.
How about we finish off with some sort of bold prediction for the year, my friend? And I'll start off, and I think Matty Burton's going to have a cracker year, and he will win the Dally M this year.
Okay, well, if we're on Dally M, I'm on Mitchell Moses. I think he's in demand. He's a super player for the Eagles last year, and I think with Hodgson around him as well, he'll have someone else who can help him to be that little bit better in attack as well. So Mitchell Moses is my man for the future.
Yeah, nice. Look, I agree with you. However, he has signed his contract now, so I wonder if the desire will be there to perform at top level. Because so many
He's got the
times
money
people,
guaranteed.
yeah, there's nothing more certain than someone signing a big contract and then just sitting on their laurels, aka Dave Peter. So it just happens all the time. So
yeah.
yeah.
Anyway, 4 sleeps away.
That's it. Looking
5
forward to it, mate.
4 sleeps.
All right, buddy. Really good to see you, my friend, and safe travels. And all the best for your 2023.
All right, guys, take care. Go to the footy.